Hi, welcome to How to D&D. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and I'm talking about Dungeons & Dragons 5e, and this is how to play Dungeons & Dragons 5e. And what we're covering is the Barbarian's Primal Champion. This is the final video, as I've said, that I'll be doing on the Barbarian for this series. This is, at this point now, your Barbarian has reached their ultimate pinnacle, their apex in their development. And because of that, Superman now has a competitor in the Barbarian. So please turn to page 49 of the Player's Handbook for details on the Barbarian's Primal Champion feature. And I'm going to read it out and then talk a little bit about it. So at 20th level, you embody the power of the wilds. Your strength and constitution score increases by 4. Your maximum for these scores is now 24. Now the maximum used to be 20. You couldn't go higher than 20 unless you used spells or used magic items, stuff like that. But this now changes that whole dynamic. And it's not just for strength, it's for constitution. So provided you have been pimping out your strength score and your constitution score, you could potentially have a strength of 24 and a constitution score of 24 as well, and which is pretty good. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. In fact, it's one of the most broken, if you ask me, broken and impressive features that the Barbarian has, which is why I tend to say Barbarians don't really need to be multi-classed, and they don't really need to worry about things like feats, because they're pretty much inclusive. They have all the bits and pieces they need to function well. So, this is why I've been encouraging you during my series to max out your strength, why I've been encouraging you, once you've maxed out your strength score, to max out your constitution score, because of this feature. If you ever get to level 20 in your gameplay, you should have, at this point, a strength score and a constitution score of 24. And honestly, I still think that this is better than picking up a lot of feats that you could have throughout your progression. And certainly lots of feats are very powerful, but I'll explain to you why I think it's better to not multi-class, and why you should have been pimping out strength and constitution so you can pick up this feature near the end of your Barbarian's development. An increase in ability score of 4 equates to an increase of 2 to your modifier. That's your modifier for strength and constitution increasing by 2, not 1 but 2. It's like getting 2 ability score bumps or taking 2 feats all at once. And that's only for one of your abilities. When you take into consideration strength and constitution, I feel that it equates to an increase in your ability score 4 times and 4 separate feats. That's how powerful and strong it is. This is why I've been saying don't multi-class. Don't pick up too many feats. You really don't need them. It's an inclusive class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my little demo screen, and we're going to have a just run down really quickly what the improvements are going to actually mean to you in your game. So first off, an increase to your strength is going to affect your attack rolls. And if you've been paying attention, that means a +2 increase to your attack rolls. That means that your damage rolls in melee are going to improve by +2. And if you increase it's also going to increase your strength check and your athletics check by about +2, provided you've been doing what I've said and maxing out strength and constitution up to 20. It's going to increase your carrying capacity for encumbrance. I'm not really too worried about that. At this point, you've probably got such a high strength, it's really not going to matter that much. But it's also going to increase your strength saving throws, and probably by another +2. A +2 increase to strength saving throws is pretty significant. So that's just the element of how it's going to affect your strength. It's going to affect your attack rolls, your damage rolls, your strength checks, your athletics checks, it's going to increase your ability to carry stuff, your encumbrance, it's going to improve, and your strength saving throws, all going to improve. On top of that, it's affecting your constitution as well. So that means it's going to affect the maximum number of hit points you can have per level. Which means if you have 20 levels in Barbarian, which you will if you're going to have Primal Champion, that's plus 2 times 20. Plus 2, so 2 times 20 is 40 additional hit points. 40 additional hit points, that's quite a few. It also means that when you regain your hit points during a short rest, you're going to increase the regeneration of your hit points by another plus 2 at least. Of course, if you've done something really weird, like you haven't put any points into your strength and you've still got a 16 in strength and constitution, it might be a little bit different. But I would say you should be looking at an increase of about plus 2 to the number of hit points you get when you regain hit points by using your hit dice during a short rest. It's going to increase your constitution. So every time you make a constitution check, it's going to increase your ability to make those constitution checks. Now, constitution checks are not very common. They don't come up a lot unless your dungeon master is using a lot of poison and elemental environmental effects and stuff like that. But still very, very helpful. But it will increase something like your constitution saving throws. Constitution saving throws are very important because that deals with your ability to fight off poisons and other effects, and there's plenty of things in the game that will affect you in that sort of way. So I think that as a last class feature, Primal Champion is really, really impressive. And certainly to a large degree I think even feels a little bit broken in just how powerful it is. I've seen it used in my game and it's frightening just what they can do with it. So that's everything I have on Primal Champion. So if you found this useful or helpful, please share and like the video. I can see somebody's already liked the video. Thank you very much. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, then maybe this is a good time to subscribe if you like this sort of content. Also hit the bell button, that will notify you when I publish a new video, but also when I do a live stream of any kind. If you want to support my channel, well, you supported my channel by just sitting through and watching this video. If you go and watch more of my videos, I have videos for players and for dungeon masters. There's bound to be something. There's about 500 videos, and I'm sure you'll find something useful to you. I don't do Patreon, but I do have affiliate links. So down in the description you'll find an affiliate link where you can buy stuff online. I get a small commission, you know the story, and you don't even have to buy the thing that it's linked to, and it doesn't even cost you any more than you would if you buy stuff online. I use Amazon and I use the Book Depository. Okay, and now this is your opportunity to start asking questions in the chat box. I can see that Lefty has already started. If you're not part of the live stream though, if you have questions, feedback, you disagree with me, you want to add something more to this discussion, that's what the comments section is all about. Go down to the comment section, put in your comments, give me some feedback, and we will discuss this. I usually comment or respond to people's comments within about 24 to 48 hours, and usually I respond to absolutely everything. And hey, that is it. Until next time, keep rolling those 20s. There it is. The big 20. We finally got there.